1969, Brian Lavell, big up yourself. I see the conversation being floated around that, yo, we are not tested as we're supposed to be. Like, a lot of us escape under the radar. Well, you know me, I'm going to talk about it.
Jamaican Brian Lavell ran a 1969 randomly out of nowhere a few days ago. And I came out and said, I'm going to contact the AIU and have them to look into it just in case. Not accusing bro of anything, but just in case. Because mind you, this is a guy who this year, the fastest time he's ran is 20.1. And he averaged about 20.2, 20.3. Ran a 1997 last year, but then was right back to running 20.5s and 20.4s. So him coming out and just running 19.6 was very odd and very suspicious in my opinion. Is suspicion a crime when we see things that are out of the ordinary? No. And I saw a lot of Jamaican fans like, just say you don't know nothing about Brian Lavell. His progress over the years showed that he was going to run this. But do it though? 2023, his PR is 2055. That's actually my current PR. 2 years later, he's running 19.6. Progress doesn't show anything like that. That a 2055 guy, in 2 years, he's going to be running 19.6. No one would have predicted that based off of his progress, like y'all say.
These are all my drug test slips.
In that video, that's Olympic bronze medalist from 2012 in the 200, Weir, who trained in Jamaica, who's a Jamaican, and we all know this. He's claiming that people are saying that Jamaica, I'm pretty sure he's talking about me, because I said Jamaica was the drug capital of the world from 2008 to 2012, in which it is. If you look it up per capita, Jamaica was #1 in failed drug tests during that period of time. And that's a fact. So Warren Weir, he has a stack of drug test papers from JADCO and AIU and IOC and things of that nature, stating that he was getting drug tested during this period. But mind you, he wasn't a prevalent runner during this period. He didn't run fast until June of 2012. So in 2010, he ran 21.5. Pretty sure he wasn't in a testing pool then. I'm pretty sure he can't show any drug tests from then on those papers. 2011 is running 20.4. Probably doesn't have many drug tests from that era either. Then 2012, the Olympic year, he runs 19.8. So from 20.4 to 19.8, I feel like that's a suspicious jump in my opinion. And not suspicious because people can't work hard and get better. I believe that it's suspicious because in 2012, from February and March up until July in Jamaica, there was only one out of competition test conducted by JADCO. So between this whole entire time, only one test was conducted leading up to the Olympics. And this is just randomly when Warren started running fast, when the tests weren't being conducted. And he has this large stack of drug tests, but I want him to show a drug test from JADCO during that period of time in which he started running fast, anywhere from February, March, April, May, June, July of 2012. And this came from the head of JADCO, Renee Shirley. And when they got audited by WADA, the whole entire board stepped down because the testing wasn't up to par.
You understand? People do cheat, but you can't label everybody who run fast as cheat, because you have people out there who just grind, just work hard. So we can't be doing that. I'm going to count this up for you, and I'm going to count it based on federations. I have tests from JADCO, I have tests from doping control. I don't know who is this. I have tests from WADA. I got drug tested so much where my friends can tell you, I never normally go out.
And yeah, sure, he was tested a lot, but I'm pretty sure most of those tests were from 2014, 2015, after the WADA audit. Yeah, Warren, let's see the dates on those tests. Let's not just show the drug test papers. Let's see the dates. Let's see how many of those were out of competition tests from JADCO in 2012. So yeah, you're going to have a lot of tests when JADCO get audited. And when they got audited by WADA, they said JADCO testing was so horrible that the entire board resigned. Mind you, this is at the end of 2013. So they had to revamp their drug program for the 2014-2015 season. And that's somehow when everybody in Jamaica started falling off. And if you look in 2014, that's when Warren ran his last 19. Not to say he was doing anything, but I'm just saying, like, there was no testing in 2012. Everybody knows that when it comes to in-competition tests, only 20% of all positive tests happens in competition. No one competes with drugs in their system. So taking drug tests at meets mean nothing. We all know, and I've reported on this previously, that majority of doping in sports and track and field happens in the fourth quarter of the year. So that's a later part of the year. And that's also when the least amount of testing happens. So let's see how many of those tests were from the fourth quarter of the year between these time spans.
Because I was like, you know what? I can't bother go out and I forgot to change my whereabouts, or I stayed home. I would assume this is over 50 tests.
And what these dumb fans don't know is just because you give testers a sample, it don't mean that these samples are tested. Nesta Carter sample from 2008 at the Olympics was just randomly selected to be tested in 2017.
His one of 454 selected doping samples tested by the International Olympic Committee last year and has been found to contain the banned stimulant methylhexylamine,
which is the reason both of them have to get a medal back from 2008, 9 years later. So most of those tests that you're showing, or most of those samples that you've given, that you're showing, probably haven't even been tested.
Well over 50 tests. So yo, before we beat them athletes who run fast, how about we just say, yo, congrats, and just wait and see if they're dirty or not. Because at the end of the day, you don't like when you go out the road and somebody label you because of what the next man do. Nobody likes that. So come on, man. Give the youth them some grace and make them enjoy them success. I'm out.
Just like Nesta Carter in 2008. Doped. And a lot of them have doped as well. And Nesta Carter didn't get caught until like 2016. I lied, it was 2017. Nesta Carter got caught in 2017. And in 2017, he got caught from samples from 2008 at the Olympics. So just because you take all of these tests and this and that don't mean that they're actually clean, because a lot of times they're not even testing these samples. It's not until they go back and retest these samples and do all of that is when they actually see that, oh, this motherfucker had this banned substance in their system, and yeah, they're cooked.
Usain Bolt will have to hand back one of his 9 Olympic medals after Jamaican teammate Nesta Carter tested positive for a banned substance. Carter was part of the Jamaican quartet that won the 4x100 meter in Beijing in 2008. His one of 454 selected doping samples tested by the International Olympic Committee last year and has been found to contain the banned stimulant methylhexylamine. Bolt 30 completed an unprecedented triple in Rio last year. He won gold in the 100 meter and 200 meter and the 4x100 meter relay to add to his success in the same events in 2008 and 2012. Thank you for watching. This has been Mix Epic News.